Officially on the air. We are going to hit record.
Not here yet.
Hit the comments. High School Huddle. Okay. Facebook. Find post. High School Huddle.
Oh, there it is.
All right. We got comments. Medical alarm activation. Hopefully done with the keyboard. Going to go to comments. T-Fred. T-Fred been busy this last month or so I'm here tonight. I'll make sure comments are working. Back here. Did the comment not go through? Send. No, comment did not go through. Oh, it's got to go to comments. I wonder why that does that. Send it one more time. T-Fred. There it is. You know, T-Fred, I was asking about you the other day. We hadn't heard from you or anything. I know basketball season's here, but still.
It's good to hear from a brother once in a while, T-Fred.
Miss Erica watching. Wow, first two comments are YouTubers. Awesome.
Well, it's, you know.
Oh, a third one. Cody Knox.
Cody.
Chris and Phil. Yeah, we're on Facebook, too.
Scotty Mick is watching. Hey, Scotty, boy.
Oh, we got auto captions. We're fancy like.
Let's see here. Scotty Mick, what's the score of that Bixby Deer Creek game going to be in the finals in 6A2? Bixby Deer Creek. Love to see what Scotty Mick says. Happy Thanksgiving to you too, brother.
Hey, you know, Coach Jake Hayes, first year over there at Deer Creek. Left Guthrie, went to Deer Creek. Has anyone commented on the Facebooks?
Scott Mick and I are having a conversation as we speak. Before you look at Facebook, what do you think Scotty Boy said the score would be in the Bixby Deer Creek game?
60-2.
77-12.
Ooh.
I think that's not a bad score. I think that's possible. Scotty still has the all-time greatest quote ever. Remember baseball season?
Oh, yeah.
Playing Piedmont.
Closest they got to our end zone.
Yeah, the kid hit a foul ball out there, or Guthrie kid hit a deep ball out to center, and Coach Mick said, that's the closest they've gotten to the Guthrie end zone in years. It was awesome.
Eric, I wish the Blue Jays were still in the playoffs. Yep, they were close. We'll talk about that. But
good team. Good team
they
this
were
year.
Close.
Yeah.
They were close.
Yeah. Two very evenly matched clubs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Star players were very similar in numbers.
Yeah.
Touchdowns.
Yeah. Just, those, I mean, and it's a 6-point game. I mean, it is what it is. Playing on the road, lose by 6. That usually means it's a push. I mean, it's just kind of on whose night is it that night. If you played again another night, very well could have been the Blue Jays.
I don't think there was anything like we'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
But I don't really think there was a home field advantage or anything that really played.
No, but I got to say this.
I
got to say this. The absolute best fans I've encountered in years.
Yeah, they were top notch, big time.
First class, and we were amongst them, brother.
Yeah.
I mean, it would have been easy to have somebody be a jackwagon, and every one of them were just classy.
Yeah, we were out there cool. Outside with the McAllister fans, and they were – I mean, they had a good little home atmosphere. I mean, they stood up when they needed to cheer when they had to, and they knew when to cheer and –
good fans.
When to stand,
really good football fans. I mean, they knew the game. I thought the best compliment we've received in a long time was a couple of their fans came up and thanked us and said, you guys are really fair. When our kids would do well, you would point that out, and we really appreciate that. And I'm thinking, we're in the middle of you. I'm not stupid. I don't want to get
can't
assaulted.
Believe they could hear us.
Yeah, well, you're loud, Chris.
Oh, I'm loud.
Yeah, you're loud.
Yeah.
You're very loud.
Loud.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to be able to start this when we're ready.
Hey, Scott, I got a question, Scotty Mick.
Oh, pregame show continues.
Yeah,
no problem.
Hey, Scotty, if you had I'm doing bunny ears, if you had a friend call and invite you to come spend the day with you and watch Bedlam and prepare food for you and your family, would your immediate response be, nah, I don't think so? Or, I mean, would you say, yeah, that sounds like fun? I mean, what do you think? I mean, what do you think's appropriate? I'd ask everybody that question. I mean, I think it's kind of a nice gesture to do. Just curious.
Charlie wants to know, will Cash and Ringland be in the finals?
I believe that's a big yes for me. Chris?
It's like they're headed that way.
Yeah. Bar something crazy, I would say it's those. I think those are the two obviously best teams in the state at this point, no doubt.
Scotty said, come on, door's open. So, looks like you got invited. Once you go up, that'd be good for you. Go up there, Scotty, up to Enid.
I've broken bread many a time with Scotty Mick. The best enchiladas in the world are made by Jerry Mick.
I was about to say Jerry, if you were talking.
Yeah, Jerry Mick. I mean, you know. Hey, our good friend Gary Doolittle's watching. Hey, Gary, appreciate you joining us tonight. And of course, Integrity Heat and Air has been a great sponsor this year for the Blue Jays and
all of our replays.
Yeah, done a lot of good things for us and just good people. Good people. My favorite school board member joined us, Tina. Hi, Tina. Ernesto's on here. Ernesto's the dad of sophomore Nico Pena's. Had a very good year as a sophomore and expect more great things out of him in the next couple years for the Blue Jays. Self-taught, no lessons on the enchiladas. Hit mute for me, please. All righty. Goodness.
Just like that.
Whew. Yeah, Ernesto, there's a lot of us feeling that. Hate the season being over, no doubt. It was a good year, though, man. Anytime you
was.
Anytime you win 10 games and you got a lot of kids coming back, I mean, there's a good buzz there. I know there's some Blue Jays are going to have to fill a few holes there up on the front. But
I'm wearing my Blue Jay gear. I didn't even notice.
Yeah, I mean, look at that. You know. But, yeah, I think there's good things to come for a lot of years for the Blue Jays. I think they got a lot of good young athletes coming up and should be a lot of fun. Yep. Thought the coaching staff did a great job this year. It was just a good year.
Yeah, it really was.
Anytime you go 10-2, that's a good year. You know, it's not what you want. I mean, I think there was a buzz. I mean, I really, truly believed we would make it to the finals.
Playing in 5A2.
Yeah, playing in 5A2. We were a touchdown and a extra point away from getting that done because I think McAllister will handle Mac. I think they will. Yeah, I think they'll handle him, and I think Collinsville will beat Carl Albert. So that should.
You're
fun.
giving the show away.
Well, I mean, we got other things we can talk about, Chris.
Yeah, and that's the cool thing. We're not on the radio tonight, so we can go Q&A. Or, let's just keep what we're ready to hit the opening.
Well, you just want to do it? We don't want to do the fancy intro?
Oh, no, that's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Yeah, we just have a show like that.
Can we curse tonight?
Sure.
Okay. Just checking.
All right. Let's hit the opening, then we can continue. I like this format, so let's just go ahead and make this official with our opening.
Oklahoma, huddle up. It's time to go inside the High School Huddle on Hot 93.7 FM. The High School Huddle will take you where you want to go with coaches, players, your phone calls, texts, and tweets. Join the huddle and let's talk high school sports.
It is the High School Huddle here on a Wednesday night, week 13 of the high school football season. We are getting close to having state champions next week. But before that happens, there's a lot of state semifinal games. We already know who's playing in the 6A state championship games. But from 5A all the way down, we still have a lot of semis and some quarterfinal games getting ready to take place this week. it is our week off from broadcasting duties. It's going to be
it's a little weird.
It's going to be a little weird, but a little nice as well. We've been kind of going strong.
Well, one of us is taking a little extreme. Doesn't want to spend any time together over the weekend.
So we got that going on, and then we got 7 state championship games next week over at UCO. So a lot of cool things happening with the high school football season, and it is Bedlam Week.
Yeah.
And you know what? I despise Bedlam Week.
Why do you dislike it so
well,
much?
The banter back and forth. Phil's got a call. Okay.
There's a possibility I may not make it.
You might not make it.
Championship week. Yeah. Or Bedlam.
Yeah. But, it's just all the back and forth. We won this game. We won these many games. It's just – and there could be 2 weeks of this. If Baylor loses or OU wins this weekend, there's 2 weeks of Bedlam.
Yeah, I think, I love Bedlam weekend. But, everybody takes it different. I know you enjoy the game. You just don't like all the BS.
Yeah,
all the fan stuff back and forth. And it gets a little petty, I think, on social media. People that – I want OU to win every game but OSU. I do.
Yeah.
I want them to win every game. I want them to win every game but OU against OSU. And I got some friends, though, that want them literally to lose every game. And it hurts OSU if that's the case.
Yeah.
We shouldn't want OU to ever lose except for the OSU, because that means if you've taken care of business the rest of the year, you're in a great position.
Yeah.
But Big 12, I think the Big 12 is representing pretty well right now. You've got O-State, Baylor, Oklahoma, Iowa State's. I know they're a 5-loss team. That still blows my mind.
But they still have all their goals intact over at Iowa State.
According to their coach, that wasn't a good. That wasn't a good look.
Wasn't a good. That was the first time he went, oh man.
Yeah, because I really like that guy.
I do too, Matt Campbell. So
Ernesto wants to know who wins 5A. We'll talk about that.
Yeah, we can get a bunch of. Well, do we just want to jump? 6A was off.
We can do whatever we want.
Yeah, we can do whatever we want. But 6A was off this week, so off this week. They played last week, but Jinx Union backyard brawl once again for that state championship. Bixby, we knew they were going to be there. Deer Creek continues to find winning ways in the postseason this year. They're their best season by far. 5A football, when they were in 5A football, never got to a state championship game. I don't know if they got to a state semifinal. Maybe they did. I can't remember. But
now they won state when they were like 2A,
yeah,
right?
Small school.
When they were small school.
So Deer Creek, congratulations! You get the reward of playing the Bixby Spartans in that game. So that's your 6A finals.
So I like to refer to them the best team by a mile in the state of Oklahoma.
Yeah, I got some quick notes real quick on Bixby. Bixby, of course, won 48 games. Have now won 48 straight games. They did it by scoring 48 points. I think almost all that came in the first half.
Yeah.
Didn't really have to play in the second. That's crazy for a semifinal game.
So good.
But they tie the state record for most wins, consecutive wins, as they tie Wagner's record, and they go for the record by themselves for 11-man football when they play Deer Creek. Thursday at Walton State, Chad Richardson Stadium.
You better watch it.
Chad Richardson
Several
Stadium.
million reasons why you need to get that right.
Yeah, and let me backtrack real quick. There is some news off the field I'm going to get real quick. Might as well get this one in real quick. Did you see Jenny Carlson at the Oklahoma did a pretty good article about Tuttle getting ready to get an $18 million football facility
from Chad?
Well, 9 from the school from a bond.
Yeah.
$9 million from Chad Richardson, the CEO of Paycom
and founder, giving Tuttle $9 million where he graduated. So Tuttle will have $18 million. They said their population has doubled, and they're expected it to double in the next 10 years. So Tuttle very close to 5A numbers here in the next several years. That'll hurt.
Maybe 5-10 years away from that, possibly, but yeah, well, because Tuttle right now can compete in 5A right this moment.
No doubt, no doubt. I I think 4A, top to bottom, I think 4A probably is the most competitive classification in all of high school football. I think there's a lot of great 4A teams.
Imagine $18 million for a football facility. How far that would go? Of course, Union's $35 million
for a paint job.
but still. But I was like, and Jenny did a good job in her column. The Tuttle's population, 7,413, has nearly doubled in size since 2000, spurred by a new bridge on Highway 4 that goes over Canadian River and provides a much straighter shot into Oklahoma City. New neighborhood subdivisions are popping up everywhere. Yeah. So that's the reason for the growth over in Tuttle.
Yeah, it's just a great school district. Everybody just, it's just cool.
Yeah.
It's all good.
We've been to Tuttle a few times for some baseball tournaments, and they really get behind their athletics there in Tuttle. And so, congratulations. $18 million. That'll take
Chad's
place.
Been on a giving spree.
Yeah, $10 million to UCO, $9 million to Tuttle.
Yeah. And he's given more to UCO before.
Yeah. Oh, and he's given more to Tuttle as well. I think he gave him $1 million to expand the wrestling room.
Well, which is awesome. I mean,
that would be cool to give back. To
he's a local guy. He's obviously created a fabulous, birthed the company and led it through tremendous growth. It's one of the best companies in the country, not just in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
He's done a fabulous job, and everybody should tip their hat to Chad because he's, a lot of there's absolutely. He doesn't have to do anything.
No.
And for him to just realize that, hey, this is cool. I can go back and help out my high school. I can help out the university that I went to. And I guarantee he does a lot more things that people aren't aware of.
Right. This one's just a lot.
Yeah. Right. But an incredible corporate citizen. So we should get that sponsorship check any day now, right?
I hope so. We can splatter all that all over there. But very cool. Got some coaching news for you. Ryan Laverty, the coach from Putnam City North, we mentioned that he had left. Well, Craig Maynard is out at Putnam City West. So Putnam City School District looking for 2 head coaches. 2 out of the 3 schools looking for their head coach there. And we've seen PC West for the last couple seasons as they played Guthrie. They have left that series. So Guthrie picked up Ponca City, Woodward, and Duncan for the next 2 years. But Putnam City West on the Guthrie schedule for 2 years. That goes away. They're looking for Putnam City looking for a new head coach. 0-10 this year. The Patriots program has lost 34 straight games dating back to 2016.
Yeah, tough deal. This next name you're going to talk about surprised me.
Yeah, Coach Dave Martin at Jones High School leaving the Longhorns as he will be the player development coach at Texas Tech University. And you talk about one of the good guys in high school football. He's one of the few coaches who called me the day after. Guthrie went to Jones last year on short notice, and Coach helped us out getting everything in their old stadium. They got a brand new stadium now. Looks tremendous with the turf there. But Coach Jones actually called me the next day and thanked us for being professional and doing all this good stuff. And that was amazing for Coach Jones to make that phone call. But with that to the side, that no one cares about that. But he won a lot of football games. He's had a lot of great quarterbacks in that program that he's been there for 15 seasons. He's just a few years older than me, but a great guy, a great opportunity to go and coach on a college level. And Jones, I think their athletic department and superintendent's office will be getting a lot of applications for that job.
Oh, that's a great job.
Yeah, it really is.
And it would take something like that. I mean, what a great opportunity for him. First-class guy. Glad to see him get an opportunity to go to a Power 5 school and reunite with a buddy of his that's over there and go do some good things. He'll do well at that job. I mean, he's just got that energy, that feel about him. So congratulations to him. That's good.
Absolutely. So that's I'm sure there'll be more coaching things coming on, happenings as we move on. But some news off the field. Owasso's 4-star prospect Chris Mcclellan announced he is committed to the University of Florida, as he had 33 Division I offers. The most serious offers that he was entertaining was OU, Florida, Alabama, LSU, Ohio State, and Southern California. It's pretty good handful of teams. And he makes the announcement. I think he made it. I don't know if it was sometime earlier this week, but his announcement came after the news that Dan Mullen had been fired over Florida. So his decision to go to Florida was made, even though knowing they're going to be looking for a head football coach at Florida.
That's interesting.
Yeah. What happens if they come in?
I don't know if I would advise.
Of course, it's all non-binding.
It's non-binding, but boy, I don't know. That would be. I don't know. That'd be scary if I was a kiddo or the father of a kiddo, and because the whole staff's going to leave.
Yeah.
his position coach isn't going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
You just spinning the old wheel and seeing what happens.
See what happens.
I mean that's a little scary. So, congratulations to him. That's awesome. Now let's see if he actually signs there.
Yeah, we'll see. Of course, McClellan was at Tulsa Edison, moved into the Owasso area. I don't know how big of a move that is, but he was at Tulsa Edison, now at Owasso. Yeah. He's ranked 101st nationally, number 18 defensive tackle, and the state's number 3 prospect, according to 247 Sports.
Pretty good.
Yeah, pretty good there. He's also ranked 103rd nationally and number 3 in the state by rivals. So those are some of the news and notes off the field.
Yeah.
And so we got a lot to get to. Of course, this is the high school. I believe this is our final one. We always go up to this time of year, and then Thanksgiving break, and then it's championships next week. So this is our final high school huddle of the season. And we mentioned a little bit earlier, but Jinx and Union in the state championship. Jinx beat Mustang 17-10 over at Pump City.
Great ball game.
Yeah, and Union beat Broken Arrow 17-14. So 2 really good semifinal games. And this year was Mustang's turn to represent the West. But in the end, we have 2 more East schools. And the West, again, has not won a state championship in 6A football dating back to 1995.
What year did you graduate high school?
96.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
It's been a minute.
It's been a minute.
Yeah. It's kind of, it's like traditionally, now this year very well could be. We usually say 5A kind of, and we have. 5A's dominated, West Side's dominated 5A. That's probably, I think, going to change this year, but probably have a different champion in that area, depending on what we think about Carl Albert. I mean, Carl Albert's there again in the semis again, ho-hum.
We'll get the 5A here in just a second. 6A2, we mentioned that a little bit earlier. Bixby going for the state record of 49 straight as Bixby cruised 48-6 over Stillwater. 48-6 in a state semifinal game. Bixby is just routing everybody.
And Stillwater's a good football team.
Yeah, the Spartans and Pioneers didn't score in the second half, so all those points came in the first half.
That's crazy.
But Bixby took a 21-0 lead pretty quick. Braylon Presley, the standout that is committed to the Oklahoma State Cowboys. He's got 1 final game with the Bixby Spartans, but rushing touchdown, his 99th of his career. 99 rushing touchdowns.
So we know he'll get to 100 with the state championship game, barring injury or something. But what a special career. I think Kai Staley from Guthrie had a ton of touchdowns, too.
I would have to look that up. I have it. I'll have to look that up.
I think he actually got over 100. When you looked at passing, rushing, combined touchdowns, I know it was a bunch.
I'll see if I can find
bunch. That. Yeah, that'd be good. That's good homework.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I can maybe look at
on break.
We take a break. Yeah. Let's go ahead and get to 5A real quick. We have a lot of people asking about that, so let's go ahead and get into Class 5A football. We have T. Fred join us on YouTube. T. Fred says Collinsville is going to beat Carl Albert. They rushed over 600 yards against McGinnis. T. Fred, I had those numbers, and we will definitely look at that as Collinsville. We always talk about the passing game with Collinsville, and it's good. It's really good. But Andrew Carney, the great quarterback over there, Collinsville has kind of been building up to this year. Of course, they beat Guthrie last year in the second round, but Andrew Carney is their quarterback, and we always talk about him passing the ball, but he ran for 325 yards and 5 touchdowns against Bishop McGinnis. And then Braden Gilkey, the standout running back for them, also added 277 rushing yards and 3 scores. And as impressive as that is, Collinsville beats McGinnis 56-35. Beats McGinnis by 3 touchdowns. McGinnis, 4 or 5 losses, but they were all high-quality losses the entire season. But to win by 21 points over McGinnis, that's a statement win.
Yeah, it's a statement win. I think we've all had Collinsville. At least you and I have had Collinsville 1 all year in 5A. I think that McAllister, we all had them 2 all year in 5A. So I don't think any real surprises there. I think it's kind of panning out. I truly believe the Blue Jays would find their way to the finals, but they came up a little short last week against McAllister. The Buffalo's a very fine football team, but I think you're going to see a Collinsville-McAllister final. I think Collinsville will handle Carl Albert. I think it could get. I'm not going to say ugly, but I don't think it's going to be I think it's going to be a 2 or 3 touchdown game.
And the thing we talked about Collinsville is they sleptwalked through the first 11 games of the year. We knew that was going to happen. We got, okay, McGinnis is the first test. But as I said, Collinsville was kind of tested last year. And a lot of those kids are back this year. But the win by 21 really says a lot for me. And we had them number one majority of the season, I think, if not the entire season. But as you mentioned, going up against Carl Albert this week in the state semifinal. That game will be played Friday night, 7 o'clock at Western Heights High School. So if you want to get out and about, you can watch that over at Western Heights. It's also, I believe, on the NFHS network. But what a fantastic ball game. Collinsville, Carl Alberts. And you kind of probably not. McAllister probably would have to say, but that's probably a state championship type game right there. If McAllister and Carl Albert got to the finals, I think McAllister could be Carl Albert. So I guess it wouldn't be a true state championship game, but it's a very good state semifinal game.
Yeah, it's a big time game, and I think it'll be a good ball game. But I think what you'll see is as the game goes on, I think you'll see Collinsville. You'll look up because there was a couple points last week, even in the McGinnis Collinsville game, we're like, man, McGinnis is hanging in there. They're hanging in there. Oh, wait, they lost by 21. So I think that's kind of what it's going to feel like. I think Carl Albert, they'll compete, but I think at some point early in the second half or early in the fourth quarter, I think you'll see Collinsville start to flex their muscles and pull away from him, and I think they'll handle Carl Albert. And I think, as I said, I think McAllister will absolutely handle Mac. I think you got Mac and Collinsville, and I think Collinsville's probably a couple touchdowns better than McAllister.
Yeah, MacArthur had the perfect draw to get to where they're at right now. Had to beat Piedmont, had to rally to beat Piedmont. Piedmont had them down 10-0, but MacArthur scores the last 14 points to win that first round game, 14-10, and then had no problem with Pryor. Pryor was the 8 teams left last week. They were at the bottom of that one, and MacArthur proved that 40-0. But now and we'll talk about a lot MacArthur McAllister here in a second, Phil, but let's go ahead and dive in a little bit into that Guthrie McAllister game. Guthrie goes on the road, loses that game 27-21. Guthrie jumps out early, didn't trail until the second half. McAllister was able to get up by 2 scores by 13 points. Guthrie, of course, did not quit. Scored and was going down the field to go win it. They were down 6 to go win it, and had a pass almost brought in at the 20-yard line by Jalen Shelf, but it falls to the turf, incomplete. Guthrie eventually turns it over and downs, can get the football back. But a big-time football game, Guthrie McAllister.
Oh, it was huge. It was everything because they're so similar. Those two teams are so similar. I think, you look at, what was really the deciding, I think it's you catch a break here, you get a turnover here. McAllister, I don't believe McAllister had a turnover all night, if I recall.
Yeah, I don't recall any.
I know we had, I believe we had 2 turnovers on the evening that we lost, and that's part of the game. But I can tell you what, I think it was a tremendous ball game. I think those two teams are so equally matched, it's crazy. I think they're just literally mirror images of each other. I will say this: that running back from McAllister, for my money, is the best running back we've seen all year.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And Guthrie has seen some good ones this year. Now we haven't seen Gilkey from Collinsville,
right?
So that could be his. And
we haven't seen the kid from Mac. We saw him on film, but we haven't seen him.
And we saw him last year.
Yeah,
but I would agree so far. Eric McCarty, and I was just getting to that because you brag on Eric McCarty, rightfully so. The junior running back has one offer to Kansas, but Isaiah Hammonds of Guthrie, also a junior running back, and we keep bragging on McCarty. Well, you look at that game, Isaiah Hammonds of Guthrie had 193 yards on 25 carries, almost 8 yards per touch.
Yeah.
He had 2 rushing touchdowns. He had 1 touchdown reception. Guthrie scored 3 touchdowns. Isaiah had all 3 of those. And Eric McCarty, 191 yards on 22 carries, almost 9 yards per carry, and had 3 rushing touchdowns. So, you talk about running backs in 5A football. We just went through a bunch of them right there.
Well, and I think that's the whole thing. We're obviously partial if we, being Blue Jay fans that follows the Blue Jays. I think Isaiah and the McCartney kid are 2 totally different kinds of running backs.
Oh yeah.
I mean, McCartney's 6'2", and and it's lightning fast, and I think he'll play Division I football, not at tailback. I think he'll play on the defensive side of the ball, but
because he doesn't leave the field.
No,
he plays defense. He plays special teams.
Yeah, but you know, obviously my heart's with Isaiah. I would say Isaiah. He's obviously one of the best running backs in 5A. There's no doubt about that.
You just look at the running backs: Isaiah Gray of Lawton MacArthur, Gilkey at Collinsville, Hammonds and Guthrie, S.A. Gray at Mac.
Yeah. We haven't even talked about the kid from Carl Albert.
Or Bazell. Or the kid from McGinnis. Taff.
I mean,
Michael Taff. Yeah.
Is it Taffy or Taff?
Taffy.
Yeah. But I definitely think that Isaiah. I would take Isaiah and the kid from McAllister over the other guys we mentioned. Hindsight being what it is, looking back on it, obviously. Isaiah for the Blue Jays ended up with, has to be close to 1,600 yards.
Yes.
On the year. What a tremendous, tremendous season. And of course, a lot of that, obviously, you got to thank the big boys up front. You got to thank those skinny linemen out on the edge blocking for you downfield. But you and I both know, we saw every snap for the Blue Jays this year. He got a lot of those yards by being patient. I've said he plays the position of running back as well as anybody I've seen in a long, long time in Guthrie. Yeah. I mean, he really knows how to play the position.
Maybe back to Luke Davis? Would that be
probably Kai. Kai Callens was pretty, but I think Kai was special.
Yeah.
But I would. But
as far as rushing numbers, though, I think Luke had 1,600.
Well, I think Dave had over 2,000.
Yeah.
And then Luke Davis was 1,500 and change. But I mean, I would say
I-Day season. Yeah, you totally forget about.
You forget about I-Day season, and I don't know why, but because it was an unbelievable year. But Isaiah, I bet you Isaiah. Now I don't know what kind of yards if he put up back in the day. But
All-American numbers.
All-American numbers, right? But I don't know as far as actual statistics. I guarantee you this season for Isaiah has to be it's at least a top 5, for sure, a top 5 season in the history of Guthrie football for a running back. Statistically.
Yeah, it'd be close. It'd be close.
Yeah, it'd be close.
So here's the 5A bracket, Phil. Carl Albert, Collinsville, MacArthur, McAllister. You've gone on record. You're going with Collinsville, MacArthur, and McAllister?
Collinsville, McAllister to me is the game. I think, And I'll be honest with you. I think in the championship game, of course, it's a championship game. Anything could happen.
Right. Turnovers.
Yeah, turnovers. But I think if neither team had turnovers, right, and everybody was healthy when they played, I think Collinsville's 2 touchdowns better than McAllister.
Ernesto says McAllister dominates Mac. I don't know if they dominate, but I do like the McAllister victory, and I think it'll be a comfortable win. And so I agree with Ernesto and Phil. I think it will be McAllister and Collinsville in the state championship.
Yeah, I think so. And I want to tell.
So congratulations to Carl Albert and Lawton Mac.
Yeah, but I also want to tell. I think Ernesto made a great comment. He said you put Isaiah on McAllister's schedule, and Hammonds has over 2,000 yards, point. And I would agree with that hands down.
McAllister played Coweta and Guthrie.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. No, I think you're right, Ernesto. I think he would be well over 2,000 yards, no doubt.
Yeah. All right, that's 6A through 5A. We haven't taken a break yet because, hey, we're not on radio. We can do what we want, right?
Well, I mean,
for the most part.
You caused us to be late tonight.
So, all right, we need to get our opening timeout. Hey, Generations Church continues our great sponsorship, and all the way from week 0 all the way to week 13. We appreciate Generations Church and all the great sponsors. You're getting ready to hear their commercials. Coming back, we're going to talk. We got some Cashin fans watching. We're going to talk about some Cashin. And, boy, our Class A bracket bracket and rankings just blew up. And there's some 2A great matchups again this week. 4A kind of going in what we thought. And who's the 3A school? The public school to join the private schools. That was the question. We knew the private schools were going to be there. Who was the one public school that's going to make it? We'll talk about all that after this. This is the High School Huddle presented by Generations Church.
At Generations Church, we exist to love God, love people, and serve both well. We're a multi-generational, multicultural church that believes in being a light to our city and our region. At Generations, we don't believe that church can be put in a box. We're a church that accepts all people from all walks of life, young, old, rich, and poor, and you will feel welcome at Generations. Join us at 10 a.m. every Sunday at 2524 West Noble in Guthrie, America. You can also join us at generationsguthrie.online.church.
Today I'm sharing Golden Chick with the world.
Are you ready to taste Golden Chick for the first time?
100% tenderloin, that's where the golden tenders come from.
Marinated for 24 hours.
It is amazing. Then we also got the rolls, made fresh.
It feels like they were just baked.
You know why it feels that way? They were.
Every time I go, I like to get extra rolls, so I love it.
We are being kind of photobombed right now by the one and only Clucky.
Have you met Clucky the chicken?
Don't get too starstruck. He's just a regular guy. One taste, and you're golden. He's on Tender. That's like a chicken dating app.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy. Aspen Roofing is a family-owned roofing company with more than 20 years of experience and achievements across Oklahoma. Aspen Roofing takes pride in the personal service we provide on each job, and we strive to maintain the highest level of quality while offering our customers a reasonable price. It is our commitment to help you understand the process of getting a new roof from start to finish. Call Robbie Hudson for a free roofing estimate at 405-562-0026.
Exxon was founded by two combat-proven veterans to help businesses grow from mediocre to exceptional. We know from experience that your culture and trust throughout the organization drive superior performance. Most business owners focus on the urgent rather than the important. They are just struggling to survive. The team at Exxon helps owners identify challenges, build solutions, and focus on growth. Do you trust your team? Does your team trust you? If not, we can help. We are Exxon.
Hey, you in the third row. Yes, you. When was your last dental checkup? Dr. Louis Turney and his staff provide dental care in a fun, relaxing environment. Still not convinced? Prefer to sleep through your appointment? No problem. We can do that too. Our staff can ensure you have a relaxing experience no matter what. Got kids? Hey, so do we. Come see what all the moms are talking about. Our kid-friendly staff loves to provide care to even the tiniest of teeth. Give us a call today. We've got the whole family covered.
Give Dr. Louis Turney a call at 282-7600.
Welcome back to the High School Huddle. Join the huddle yourself and let us know your thoughts by calling our toll-free number at 1-800-897-3678 or simply tweet us by using the hashtag OKHSHuddle. Now let's get back in the huddle and talk high school sports.
Oh, we back?
Oh, yeah, we're back.
Oh,
High School Huddle, presented by Generations Church. Someone needs to go to church. I can't believe you did that twice. But anyway, Phil Nichols, Chris Evans with you here. Our final show of the season. Again, a big thank you to all of our great sponsors to allow us to have this broadcast each and Wednesday night. Second week not to be on the radio on 93.7, but we thank 93.7 for having us again this year. And now that we're away from the radio, we can have a little bit more relax and more interaction.
Yeah.
We can go.
Curse.
Yeah, we can do all that good stuff. So big thank you to all of our great sponsors this year as we wrap up, put a bow on this. You got the Christmas stuff up yet? Do you know, no kids, so do you do a Christmas tree or you do outdoor lights or?
Let's not get too carried away.
Okay.
But yeah, with the mantle is well, if you'd ever come over, you'd be able to see what we've done at the house. But
walked right into that, didn't
you? You did. But yeah, we've got some decorations up. we got to put the big.
We
trees
or
up.
Tanya or we or
well, we're a team, Chris.
We're a team.
we work through those things together.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we're a team.
Gotcha.
How about you?
We actually got a tree this year.
A real tree?
Oh no, no, that's way no. You put it into Alexa and you tell Alexa.
All the lights are already on the tree?
Already pre-wrapped.
Oh,
yeah. No.
Efficient.
Yeah, we didn't even have a tree up last year, so.
You didn't, did you?
I don't think we did.
We just don't like Santa Claus? What's going on?
I don't think.
Work through this.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just.
Bah humbug.
Yeah. No. But now, do you send out like holiday cards?
No.
Yeah.
We're terrible at the card thing.
We're terrible at the card thing.
I mean,
we'll get 900,000. I'm like, oh man.
Literally every year, and I get them from the same 10 or 15 people every year.
Oh, 10 to 15.
That's all. Yeah, I'm not a celebrity
That's
like
sad.
you are.
Yeah.
And so when I'll look at them and I'll go, bless their hearts, they're still trying. I mean, they're still sending me a card. It's not. I mean, I appreciate all that.
Right.
I just am terrible at cards. I'm terrible at it.
Yeah.
Terrible. My mom. I remember my mom made me sit down and write thank yous for all my graduation.
Oh yeah.
Cards
Yep,
and gifts.
Yep.
And I don't know if that sparked something in me. I remember I was pretty upset about that.
Yeah.
I had a party, Bible study to get to. And,
right.
and I had things to do, and Mom made me sit down and write these thank yous.
Yeah.
And what made me really, and that's a true story, because I found a lot of the cards not too long ago. Moms keep everything of their kiddos.
Right.
The cards. And I was pretty impressed. Like some of them, we're going back a long time ago. I got a couple C notes out of people for graduating high school.
Yeah.
And a few 50s and some 20s. I thought, dang, that's pretty strong.
That is pretty strong.
That's pretty strong.
Yeah.
I can't get $20 out of you for anything.
All right. By the way, Buddy Bazell for Carl Albert. We mentioned him running back. He had 2 touchdowns in their victory over Coweta, 14-7. But the Titans have a 17-0 record in 5A, or I shouldn't say 5A, in semifinal games.
Yeah, they're pretty. That's going to change this year.
Yeah.
But, man, I'm telling you, if you're Carl Albert, come on, man. Dynasty. Just an absolute dynasty at Carl Albert.
Won 5 in a row.
Stupid.
Won 5 in a row. Class 4A, Phil, how about Elk City getting on the school bus or charter bus, hopefully?
I called this win, by the way.
Yeah.
You laughed at me.
Elk City driving on the other side of the state to get to Grove.
Yeah, you laughed at me.
And Grove goes down to the Elks.
Yeah, your Grove.
Elk City continues its strings of us at 300 miles, by the way.
It's a long ways.
We mentioned that last year. But not only won 45-24. Dalen Thompson, the running back, 265 yards and a touchdown as Elk City.
That's awesome.
There they are in the top 5. Of course, it took them all season to get there, but they got there.
Well, they're winning when it matters.
Yes, it does. It's
They're
always about playing playing at the right time, playing good at the right time.
Now, I think not to the degree 6A2 is, but I think this is a lot like 6A2 in that I think Tuttle is the odds-on favorite to win. I truly don't believe Bixby's beatable by Deer Creek. I think Bixby could turn the ball over 5 times and still win.
Totally agree.
They're just so and that's not a slam at Deer Creek, even though I love to do that in jest and having fun, going back to our old rivalry days, years gone by with the Blue Jays. But I truly think if it was Stillwater, if it was Deer Creek, it doesn't matter who you'd put in.
They've gone through everybody.
Convincingly.
Yes.
3, 4, 5 touchdowns. And so, but I think Tuttle handles Poto, beats Poto. I think Tuttle beats Poto, and I think Clinton will end Elk City's run. I think you'll have a Tuttle-Clinton final, and that should be a good ball game, but I think Tuttle will get a state championship.
Yeah, Tuttle 34-3 over Newcastle, 28-0 over Wagner, a good Wagner football team, but they shut them out. And for Tuttle, it's all about their defense. It's all about their defense, and they have been so good all season long. So they will take on Poto, who took down one of Tuttle's rivals in Blanchard. Really no contest there, 45-14. So I think when they get to UCO next week, I think Tuttle and Clinton will be driving school buses up there. But we've been wrong. Elk City, everyone's been ruling out Elk City, and so if you're Elk City,
I didn't rule them out.
Oh. If you're Elk City, you want everyone to continue to rule them out.
Absolutely, but I want to, on the record, I picked Elk City to win this week. You mocked me.
Last week or this week?
I picked them to win to get to the semis.
You picked them to beat Grove.
Yes.
Yeah, I know.
And you mocked me.
So here we are. We got 4 people in Elk City watching right now.
What about them? It's been a good season.
Oh, okay.
When they got to the semis.
They take on Clinton.
Well, Clinton's going to win.
The Red Tornadoes.
Now, that will be a good ball game, though.
Yeah.
And close proximity.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun game for those 2 teams.
And that game
they'll probably have them driving all the way to Oklahoma City to play.
No, that game is at Southwestern Oklahoma State.
That makes all sense in the world, yeah. Yeah, that'll be awesome for those two community schools, and that'll be fun. And listen, the Tuttle and Poto game will be a war.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but I just think Tuttle's defense is so darn good. They're so good. I mean, Tuttle has shut out so many people. Tuttle would shut out a lot of playoff teams in 5A this year. I mean, they're good.
They are
extremely good.
So this is the High School Huddle presented by Generations Church. Let's take a look at Class 3A, and we knew the 3 private schools were going to be there.
Yeah.
We knew they were going to be there. Who will join them? Who will join? We'll take a look at our 3A rankings, and if you look at the top 4, that should give you an idea that the public school entrant into the Final 4 of the 3A is Verdigris.
Verdigris is our lone holdout, and obviously Chris and I will say this, I think we're both pulling for them. Now it's going to be tough. I mean, they've got Hall and Hall, but I think that's a game they can win. I think Verdigris is capable of beating Hall and Hall.
Sure, absolutely.
I think Heritage Hall on the Lincoln Christian side, the other side, that's the battle of the two titans right there.
Yeah, that's I almost went there in 5A, but then it wouldn't have been true. But I will say it in 3A. I think your true state championship is this week at Oklahoma Baptist University in Shawnee between Heritage Hall and Lincoln Christian. The winner of that ball game, I think, will be the 3A state champions.
I think there's no doubt that is, without question, the two best teams in 3A.
So, 3A's been kind of steady all season with those teams near the top. No one really has, Hall and Hall had the one hiccup with all the injuries. But, it's that is your 3A. So they will definitely have a good one there. Okay, 2A rankings, Phil. And how about the Fighting Ryan Cottings? Where are you at, Ryan?
Come on now.
I know he's on here.
He's already invited us to go watch them play Friday.
Yeah, we'll make an official comment there. We can go watch the Demons. Yes, the Demons take down Vian in a ball game we talked about a lot last week, being how a great matchup that is. I mean, that's like a semifinal type game there. But Beggs goes on the road and takes down a good Vian team, and they are now in the hit this button. Here we go. 2A bracket. Got it.
You needed me to hop on there?
I got it. I appreciate that. Yeah. Not only go on the road and beat them, but beat them by 20 points, 44-24.
Yeah, Beggs is always so athletic. I mean, they're just, and they've got freak athletes. For a small school, think about all the unbelievable athletes they've had at Beggs.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Ryan Cotting,
Rod Thompson,
the
player of the year last year, Daniels.
I went to, was it Texas for a minute, and then changed
A&M.
A&M for a minute, and then he's at OSU now. Yeah. Great athletes, but and Beggs is. I mean, I'm gonna ride that Beggs train as far as I can go.
Well, all the way to the semis at best.
Yeah. Well,
Washington will.
Yeah. Well.
Oh. Hold on.
You never know. You never know.
You're going to go lurking for this one. Okay.
You never know.
Never know. That's true.
You never know.
Never know. That's exactly right. Oklahoma State commit C.J. Brown for Beggs was dominant. 224 yards on 24 carries, 5 touchdowns in that 20-point victory over Vian as the Fighting Riding Cottings move on.
Yeah. Where are they playing Friday?
Well, let me go back to the bracket. I'm glad you asked, Phil.
That might be a game that I actually want to go watch.
Well, you're going to have to drive all the way to Beggs, Oklahoma.
Oh, it's at Beggs?
It's at Beggs. It's just a quarterfinal game, so.
How far is Beggs from here?
Oh, a pretty good distance.
What's that? What do you call pretty good?
Hour and a half, 2 hours.
Well, I mean, I'll be following on online, see how they do.
Let me see here.
My dedication only goes so far.
3
hours about the farthest.
Guthrie to Beggs is, I was close, hour 40.
Yeah, no, I'll be watching.
96.1 miles.
Well, who's driving? 96. You'd have us there in like 42 minutes.
No.
Hey, you're pretty fast.
Ryan Cotting is who we're speaking about. The Fighting Ryan Cotting. So Washington, no problem with Jones 52-21. Coach Martin's last game as a Jones Longhorn. So it's Washington taking on Rejoice. Christian, Beggs taking on Crossings Christian on one side. The other side of the bracket, OCS out of Edmond take on the Ironheads at Eufaula. That game is in Edmond. Marlowe taking on Cassia Hall. Marlowe took down Chandler 38-7.
Yeah.
Not even really close there. Cassia Hall took down Victor Christian 33-21. So that is the look at the 2A bracket. And I think I have some 2A notes to get to here real quick. Find it real quick. Crossings Christians. No, I don't want to do that. Where is it? I had 2A numbers here a second ago. Colin Madison, OCS, 200 yards and a pair of touchdowns, interception, beating in that 28-0 victory over Community Christian. So, again, 2A is still only in those in the quarterfinals. So they still got another week of game. Oh, Marlowe, that's who I want to talk about, Phil.
Yeah.
Marlowe took down Chandler 38-7. Marlowe will take on Cassia Hall. Jace Gilbert, the state's best player in that victory. Counted for every single point. 3 touchdowns passing, 2 rushing, 5-point PATs, and a 30-yard field goal. It's a slow night with only 5 PATs and a 30-yard field goal. This kid is amazing. He can kick the football, and he's going to be a kicker on the next level.
D1 kicker?
Oh yeah, no doubt.
He's legit.
He goes to all those academies
Elite
and camps.
Yeah,
all that good stuff. So if you want to watch him, just YouTube Jace Gilbert or Google Jace Gilbert. And you can see all these. I think he hit like a 55 or 60-yarder in practice. It's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
That's fun.
Pretty cool watch there. So, okay.
We saw our sideline reporter go 40 yards.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't a game situation, but it was.
Nobody in the stands.
Nobody in the stands.
Had the wind behind his back.
But still.
Yeah.
I mean, 40 yards, that's pretty good.
That is good.
Chubbo's got some leg strength.
No rushing. No, there was no.
Was Chubbo the better athlete between the two?
No one snapped the ball.
Was Chubbo the better athlete?
See, he was lucky that he had an older brother to learn everything from.
Get him ready.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So that's a yes.
I had him in basketball.
Yeah.
He probably had me in baseball.
Okay.
He definitely had me in baseball.
So you guys are split?
Yeah, I mean, he's pretty good at chess.
What about wrestling? Who'd win there?
Well, he's got a weight advantage.
MMA? Boxing?
He's got a weight advantage. Yeah.
Huh.
So
swimming, we could do. Cheer! You cover cheer. You're a cheer expert. We'll set up a cheer competition.
Yeah, he would probably get me in that one too.
He talks loud.
Yeah. He's a go-getter. Okay, boy, take a look at Class A, Phil. I think we had 3 of our top 5 last week lost in the Class A.
Yeah.
We talked about how crazy Class A is going to be all season long, and it will continue. They're still in the quarterfinals as well. But when you look at the bracket, Fairview, undefeated, goes down.
Hooker went down.
Hooker only had, I think, only 1 loss on the season. Gore, it was either undefeated or had lost 1 game. They go down as Woodland beats them. So 3 of the top 5 go down this week. So
the 2 that matter are still there.
2 that matters, yes. We still think, if we had to put a crystal ball in, we still think Cashion and Ringling will meet on December 11th at UCO for a 1 o'clock kickoff. But we'll see.
I think they're on a collision course for each other. I really do. I don't think it's – I mean, there's a lot of good football teams left in A. I mean, there's a lot of good football that's going to be played. But, man, Ringling and Cashion both are extremely good football teams.
And both go on the road this week.
Yeah. Which is crazy.
Which is crazy. So Cashion goes to Woodland, and Ringling is on the road to Pawnee. Woodland, by the way, Aiden Rhodes tossed 3 touchdown passes, including 2 in the final 2 minutes and 17 seconds to Jamie Jordan to help the Cougars come from behind and beat Gore 20-19. Second straight season of Woodland has ends Gore's perfect season in the playoffs. So it was a undefeated Gore team at the time.
Well, now Ringling, that's a pretty good haul, Ringling to Pawnee.
Okay.
Isn't that a pretty good little jaunt?
Let me go here. Pawnee to Ringling. Survey says 19 hours and 51 minutes. That's not right.
Might be. We're not going to Florida.
Ringling, Oklahoma.
There you go.
Well, I mean, Google should know I'm in middle of Guthrie. You know, they know everything else.
3 hours, 8 minutes.
3 hours and 8 minutes.
That's longer than that Elk City team.
100 and
travel.
Well, no, not Elk City to Grove.
How far was it? You said
it was like 300 miles.
You said it was 3 hours earlier.
It was 300 miles. Maybe
Well, you're driving. That's 3 hours.
Oh.
You're not driving?
193 miles.
That's a long ways.
And Ringling has to go up to Pawnee. So,
Cashin on the road, Ringling on the road.
Elmore City Purnell.
Yeah. Who's Tonkawa? Who's Tonkawa?
Tonkawa. They're hosting Morrison.
Okay.
Little North Central. The Bucks keep on winning.
Tonkawa wins that one.
I think Tonkawa, will probably be the favorite in that one, yes.
I think Ringling wins their game against Pawnee.
I would agree.
I think Pawhuska beats Elmore.
I agree.
And I think Cashin beats Woodland.
I think so.
I think that's the best game of the week, though, Cashin Woodland.
In Class A?
Yeah.
Yeah,
in A.
Or Tonkawa Morrison.
Yeah, no, Tonkawa Morrison is probably the better, equally matched game. And I think Cashin will get through them, but I think it's that's an intriguing ball game. Should be a good ball game.
That is a Class A. And, real quickly, let's take a look at Class B and C real quick. We're going to get our final timeout here. Laverne is hosting Summit Christian this week. Pioneer Pleasant is at Shattuck. Stewart on the road at Sealing. Davenport at Balco Forgan. I got a Davenport note here somewhere, Phil, so you know. Davenport undefeated beat Keota 54-6 in a mercy rule to advance to the quarterfinals. And they will take on Davenport to Balco Forgan. That's a healthy drive as well. Not 192 miles, but still a healthy mile there. Drive there, I should say. In Class C, we are in the state semifinals. State championship date and time yet to be determined. We'll know that probably this weekend, but Timberlake is at Tyrone and Winoka at Mount View Godibo. Mount View Godibo, probably the favorite right now to win Class C. That is the Class B and C brackets. We're going to take our final timeout of the season.
My goodness. I don't.
Well, you need some cleanup. It's been a fun show, but we'll come back and do it next year, Phil.
Maybe. One of us. I mean, you'll be here. I got to get through this week. This is challenging.
Our emotional goodbye.
So, we had our emotional goodbye about 11 o'clock this morning.
Phil's emotional goodbye after this. Yeah. This is the High School Huddle presented by Generations Church.
Aspen Roofing is a family-owned roofing company with more than 20 years of experience and achievements across Oklahoma. Aspen Roofing takes pride in the personal service we provide on each job, and we strive to maintain the highest level of quality while offering our customers a reasonable price. It is our commitment to help you understand the process of getting a new roof from start to finish. Call Robbie Hudson for a free roofing estimate at 405-562-0026.
Exxon was founded by two combat-proven veterans to help businesses grow from mediocre to exceptional. We know from experience that your culture and trust throughout the organization drive superior performance. Most business owners focus on the urgent rather than the important. They are just struggling to survive. The team at Exxon helps owners identify challenges, build solutions, and focus on growth. Do you trust your team? Does your team trust you? If not, we can help. We are Exxon.
Hey, you in the third row. Yes, you. When was your last dental checkup? Dr. Louis Turney and his staff provide dental care in a fun, relaxing environment. Still not convinced? Prefer to sleep through your appointment? No problem. We can do that too. Our staff can ensure you have a relaxing experience no matter what. Got kids? Hey, so do we. Come see what all the moms are talking about. Our kid-friendly staff loves to provide care to even the tiniest of teeth. Give us a call today. We've got the whole family covered.
Give Dr. Louis Turney a call at 282-7600.
Today I'm sharing Golden Chick with the world. Are you ready to taste Golden Chick for the first time? 100% tenderloin. That's where the golden tenders come from. Marinated for 24 hours. It is amazing. And we also got the rolls, made fresh.
It feels like they were just baked.
You know why it feels that way? They were.
Every time I go, I like to get extra rolls, so I love it.
Mm-hmm. We are being kind of photobombed right now by the one and only Clucky.
Have you met Clucky the chicken?
Don't get too starstruck. He's just a regular guy. One taste, and you're golden. He's on Tender. That's like a chicken dating app.
Sometimes you need immediate care and can't get in to see your doctor during regular hours. With Mercy Convenient Care in Guthrie, you can walk in without an appointment and get the medical attention you need at a lower cost and with shorter waiting time than your local emergency room. The Mercy Convenient Care is located at 2919 South Division. For any concerns, call 405-282-6301. Services are provided by Mercy Hospital, Logan County. Choose Guthrie. Choose Mercy.
At Generations Church, we exist to love God, love people, and serve both well. We're a multi-generational, multicultural church that believes in being a light to our city and our region. At Generations, we don't believe that church can be put in a box. We're a church that accepts all people from all walks of life, young, old, rich, and poor, and you will feel welcome at Generations. Join us at 10 a.m. every Sunday at 2524 West Noble in Guthrie, America. You can also join us at generationsguthrie.online.church.
Welcome back to the High School Huddle. Join the huddle yourself and let us know your thoughts by calling our toll-free number at 1-800-897-3678 or simply tweet us by using the hashtag OKHSHuddle. Now let's get back in the huddle and talk high school sports.
Final segment of the High School Huddle.
Yes,
it comes to an end, presented by Generations Church. Again, a big thank you to Generations Church and all of our great sponsors this year as we put a bow on the season. Of course, our team will be busy the next couple of weeks with state championship football games over at UCO. Look forward to that. But it's been a fun season. It always helps when the team that you follow. We follow Guthrie, and they had a great season, 10-2. It was a fun huddle, and 5A football was so fun to follow this year.
Great this year.
I mean, there was 7 really good football teams in 5A. Another handful after that of good football. So usually 5A you got a couple teams that can win it, but this year was fun. This year was a fun year for 5A football.
Yeah, there were 6 or 7 teams.
Noble was good.
Absolutely.
They had a great season.
Absolutely. Had some injuries that hurt them, and yeah, it was just a great year in 5A ball.
So here are the top matchups. We're going to get out of here one final time, but here's a reminder of some of the top matchups that we're following. Of course, I think the big one is Carl Albert and Collinsville. The winner moves on to the state championship, but Carl Albert 17-0 in state semifinal games. The Cardinals are hungry. This is what they've been looking for since losing this time last year. Andrew Carney, Brandon Gilkey are great players for 5A. So Carl Albert, Collinsville, we'll talk about that. That's a big one. Poto Toto, we mentioned that one as well. That's a 4A. It's the winners of the 4A titles in 2018 and 2019. Total 2018, Poto in 2019. But 2 great teams in a semifinal game. We're also going to be watching Heritage Hall, Tulsa Lincoln Christian, another semi game in 3A football. 2 best teams, I think, in the entire Class 3A. Only one will get to the state championship.
Yeah, I mean, I think you and I have had them flip. You've had Lincoln Christian won all year. I've had Heritage Hall won all year. So it'll be fun to watch that game. But I think you're right. I think those are the 2 best teams in 3A.
Or you're an East Coast or East Side homer anyway for Tulsa. So
what's the sign for that?
Only the West Side.
Oh, West Side.
Because you and I know it's the best side.
Oh boy.
Yeah. But another one you follow at OCS will be another good game to watch. The Ironheads and the Saints.
Love that.
Some players to watch. Isaiah Gray, Lawton MacArthur, we talked about him. He's the all-time leading rusher for a single season at Lawton MacArthur. I think he also has the most points in a single season at Lawton MacArthur. Dylan Thompson, we talked about him with Elk City. Jace Gilbert, we talked about him with at Marlowe. Mason Snyder at Crossing Christians. And Chase Wilson, the quarterback over at Wass Rejoice Christian. So those are officially all my notes there, but
we got to get a Bedlam. We got to get a Bedlam prediction.
Bedlam. Oh, gosh.
Got to get a prediction from you.
I almost don't want 2 weeks of Bedlam because then I have to stay off social media that much more.
Yeah. Well, you won't stay off. You'll just.
Yeah, no, it's just okay. Look through the.
It wears you out. Yeah, I know.
Oh gosh.
Give me a score. Give me a score and a finish. You never do that.
Does Baylor win at 11 o'clock?
Baylor plays
TCU, right?
I think. I mean, they should. Or is it Tech? Might be Tech.
Oh, is it Tech?
I think it's Tech.
I think it's Tech.
And then TCU already beat Baylor, didn't
I think you're right. That's right.
So, yeah. So I think it's I'm pretty sure it's Tech.
Yeah, you're right. My bad. Texas Tech at Baylor.
I'm going to tell you something. Tech could win that game. Tech could win that game.
I haven't heard anything on the Baylor quarterback, but he went down with a hamstring injury.
Yeah. So I think I'm still going to say Baylor wins the ball game.
Okay, so Baylor has – so if Baylor wins at 11 o'clock, that means OU must win.
Right.
To get
have
to
a
the
shot.
To get to the championship. OSU's there no matter what.
No matter what. So OU, OSU, who do you have?
If the Sooners win, they have a better chance at Jerry's World of winning.
Okay.
but can they get there? That's why I had asked if Baylor was winning.
Yeah. Now we got to be okay. Listen, sometimes we get on here and we have fun with this, and and you and I both know there's things that we say personally to each other that maybe we don't share.
Yeah.
Right. I want this to be the honest, the real honest thoughts of what do you think is going to happen in this game? Because I'm going to give you and you already know what I think is going to happen because we've talked about it.
I don't know if Lincoln's going to insert the wide receiver screen anymore. Yeah. That's gone away. That's gone away. Will that reappear? I haven't seen that in a long time. Yeah. Will Caleb Williams run the ball instead of waiting 10 seconds? Take off with maybe 5 seconds, take off and run.
This is getting a little salty.
Lincoln Riley has never – I don't think he's ever faked the field goal, faked a punt. Could that be the first time we ever see that? He's never been –
You're doing good.
We've never seen that before.
Keep going.
With all that, LSU's Cowboy defense will be smothering Caleb Williams. OU's offense has a hard time even against Baylor and Iowa State have good defenses, but OSU obviously has a better defense there. Yeah. So I don't know how OU scores points.
Yeah, that's you and I talked about this a couple weeks ago, and we both thought, well, OSU's going to find a way to lose.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and that's just an honest gut reaction because it seems like that's the case.
OU wins these type of games.
OU wins these kind of games. Yeah. It just kind of happens.
Whether they're good or bad.
Yeah, it's not about if there's a better team.
It's a rival game.
Yeah.
It's a rival game. Even Texas plays goods in rival games.
But I think in rival games, in the last few weeks, this Oklahoma State defense, dude, they're legit. They are legit. They've got, I think, 4 starters that were transfer portal guys in playing on that defense, and I think 2 of them are like 6-year seniors, or 3 of them. So they've got a lot of experience. I think they're a consensus, obviously top 3 defense in the country. Probably the second best defense in the country, only behind Georgia. But I think O State finds a way to win this game Saturday. And I'm probably going to doesn't matter. I think they're going to win the game.
No matter what we say, I don't think our words have any effect inside Lincoln Stadium.
Right. But I think we're going to win. I think O State will win the game Saturday, and then I think O State beats Baylor or OU in the Big 12 championship.
Oh, you think Baylor wins it?
No, I think Oklahoma State wins the Big 12 championship.
Oh.
I think they run the table out through the Big 12 conference. The real question is the committee going to disrespect the Big 12 and keep a 1-loss Oklahoma State team, or if Oklahoma flipped the switch, beat O State, then Baylor loses, and they play O State again and beat them twice, will they disrespect OU? I mean, that's to me, that's the real question.
I think OU wins out. They still don't have a chance to get into the Final Four. Oklahoma State wins out. They have a really good case over Cincinnati. I would put OSU over Cincinnati, but I think this year is the year to let the little guy in.
I think O State's going to finish 5th.
It just gives that feeling that you know what, small schools never get in.
Yep.
Teams 4 through 10 are about the same ish.
Yep.
Let's just give the little guys a chance. Yep. Which would Cincinnati had Oklahoma State schedule? Would they have the same record? I don't think so.
Well, and what's interesting, since he's coming to the Big 12.
Yeah.
So I guess you're seeing the future Big 12 members. So listen, if you're a Big 12 person, you want to see Cincinnati do well.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you do.
BYU, probably a new coach.
BYU
next year.
Yeah, because he's going to go to SC, isn't he?
Could be. Yeah, could be. They're waiting. They're waiting for somebody's season to come to an end.
Or does he leave? Does he leave? They're coming to a Power 5. All of his recruiting's always been done in that part of the world.
It's easier to recruit to SC than it is Cincinnati.
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely. But
you're nationwide if you're at USC.
No, absolutely. Yeah. I get it.
Balaam 2 weeks in a row. That would be weird.
That'd be weird.
It was kind of weird seeing OU Texas at Jerry's World. It'd be weird to see OU OSU at Jerry's World as well. So
I told a buddy, I said, if you're an O State fan, this is the perfect way the season would end. You'd beat OU in Bedlam. You'd come back, beat OU in the Big 12 championship. You'd get into the playoffs. Georgia's bus would wreck. Nobody'd be killed, but there'd be 20 injuries to key players. OSU beats Georgia.
They better be defensive players.
Right, they beat Georgia. They win the national title. Then forever, O State could say, listen, we beat you 2 times in a row and we won a national title. Go sit down. That's the perfect scenario if you're an Oklahoma State fan, right? I mean, a few things got to happen.
Well, yeah, the bus wreck.
Well, but nobody's seriously injured. Yeah. What do you think?
That's
no. Not in play.
I don't think that's in
better
play.
Chance of that happening than you coming to my house to watch Bedlam Saturday.
No, I don't think that's the case.
Yeah, I think the invitation's off the table now.
Isaiah Hammonds, thank you. Great football season, great huddle broadcast. We appreciate that. That's awesome.
And thank Isaiah, too. I mean, he's out there. He's cooking burgers and hot dogs every tailgate. Does a great job supporting not just his son, Isaiah Hammonds, but all the kids in the community. And the Hammonds family, just a great Guthrie family that has always, of course, Brother Hammonds.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Man, just makes you want to sing.
Yeah, we thanked all of our sponsors. We want to thank all of our great folks out there watching us and chiming in, commenting throughout the season. As the huddle, we focus a lot on 5A, but we take a look at all the schools, and I think our reach has gotten a little bit further. We have a lot more people watching in the Tulsa area, a lot of people in Noble. So I think it's really caught on this year as the show continues to get bigger and better.
It was great having the Noble fans this year. And they gave us some great information throughout the year, and we really appreciate that.
Collinsville viewer chiming in on that as well. So.
Yeah. And listen, and I think this is true I know it's true for you and I think most people that are involved in high school football, whether you're a broadcast team, officiating, a coach, a proud parent, a booster supporter, we want all the kids to have great years. We do. We want all the kids. They're all our kids. They're all Oklahoma kids. We want to see them all do well. We just want our teams to win when they play, but we want them all to do well.
Yeah.
And so I would encourage people, if you've never came out, high school football season's not over. I would encourage our friends in Guthrie to go to UCO the next 2 weeks and go watch some of the best high school football you've seen in a long time. I mean, these are great, tremendous football games. It's so much fun. The weekend of the 4th and the 11th, and then of course, as you said earlier, Chris, Bixby and Deer Creek will hook it up on that Thursday night, the 3rd, correct?
December 2nd.
December 2nd. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Thursday, December 2nd.
So which will be a blast. So I know what we're doing next Thursday.
Yep, and then the 3A and 4A games on that Friday, and then after that, 6A, 1 and 5A football. And that gets you ready for A and 2A the following week. So there are the games again. All 7 of those games right there you see on your screen. All those will be played at UCO. So how lucky are we here in Guthrie to be 15 minutes away? Now I would say when you go to those games, take the back way. Don't go down 2nd Street.
Ooh, no, don't go 2nd Street.
Construction.
Big
it's
problem.
bad anyway, but the construction makes it even worse.
Yeah, big problem. But if you take the back way, it's so easy to slide in there. Yeah. And listen, first-class facilities. They do a great job at the concession stands. They do a great job at the gates. They do a great job with parking.
It's going to be even better next year.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's going to be awesome. But yeah, we've gotten spoiled over there the last couple of years. But I'll tell you, I look forward to this every year. This time of year. So.
Absolutely. It's a fun season. Time to exit. But, again, state championship games are all next week. And hopefully if you're at UCO, be sure to stop by or text us ahead of time, and we'll be glad to leave our warm seat. Well, if it's too cold, I don't want to leave the press box, with all
the – Chris will buy you a meal.
Oh, no. They cater in.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Never mind.
So, but anyway, that does it for the show. Hope you enjoyed the season, and best of luck. If your team's still available, best of luck to your team. This has been the High School Huddle presented by Generations Church.
This has been the High School Huddle on Hot 93.7 FM. Be sure to tune in next week as we break down more of the top games and news from across the state of Oklahoma.